Yeah, right there, there's one. Oh man, I love it. All by myself out here. Sun's getting low in the sky. Catching walleye, snap jigging now. Wow, man. The snap jig. We'll take them all, man. That is, I'm happy with that right there. What is going on? Welcome back to another one, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys watched the last video, you know that I'm in North Dakota for some seminars. And yes, we are still in North Dakota. And if you guys watched the last video, we absolutely tore them up on the brand new Kalins Search Bait. Half jig, half spinner rig, half bottom bouncer. The bait that seemingly does it all. And what time is it right now? I guess it's about 4 o'clock. No, it's probably gotta be 5:30. Yeah, it's already 5:30. I've actually been fishing a little bit today, doing mostly editing in the hotel room, which is incredibly lame, but that's part of the job. But we are hopefully, you know, we're in a whole new area right now on the lake. Have not fished here yet, but we're gonna kind of go through a progression in which you might go through a lot of days, which I go through a lot of days, and I'm fishing a new body of water, where we start looking at likely areas, maybe dragging some baits through, try to find some fish, maybe dial it in as the afternoon goes on, and then eventually kind of get to the point where we jump up on the bow, maybe later this evening, and start actually pitching to a bunch of these schools of fish that we found. So that's kind of the plan. We're out on Lake Sakakawea right now, and yesterday as well. And we always get a ton of questions, and you know, to come here and create content and everything like that. So Walleye Now viewers, if you're a Walleye Now user, we will film a very in-depth breakdown here. So just click on Let's Go Fish at the bottom of the page, click on Early Summer, and then click on Under the Destination tab, and it'll be right there. So that's kind of the deal. Stay tuned. We're gonna throw some of the search baits back. We got to get the trolling motor down first, but this was the go-to thing yesterday. Unbelievably effective Kalins Search Bait, which I will link down below as well, because we'll get a ton of questions on that, pretty much guaranteed. But stay tuned. We're gonna start out doing some trolling, and then hopefully transition into some exciting snap jigging. Number one. We'll take it. Maybe I'll just take a screenshot real quick, kind of where that fish kind of came from. If I got the chip in there, which I do, you can see I was kind of coming down a sand flat and just hit that kind of big ridge right there. Bouncing bottom on this one. And then right on cue, a fish hit. Not a big one, but our first one of the afternoon here. That might snag up. Or get a fish. We'll see which one happens here. We got to reel in a little bit of line though. There we go. Well, fish number one. Little guy on the old search bait right there. And man, do they absolutely love eating that thing. And I know I said it 1,000 times in yesterday's video, but there's something so nice and simple about just having kind of one compact presentation. Don't need the bottom bouncer. I mean, bottom bouncers are a super popular thing out here. Bottom bouncer and spinner rig, right? Half crawler, full crawler, leech, whatever on there. It is so nice just being able to toss something back there like this and start pulling. It just makes it so much simpler. Whoop, there's one. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Literally just let that first one go. There we go, man. Now we're talking, right? I'm in love with this style of fishing. Kind of just weaving your way through the shallows, tossing a couple baits behind the boat, and just seeing where you see fish. Can't really get any more simple, man. Can't really get any more simple. That one absolutely smashed it too. Long limber rod is key. Said that a bunch yesterday, but it is 100% true. This is probably going to be a netting sized fish here. And these North Dakota walleyes get angry, man. So I've kind of just been backing my drag off at the boat. Where you at, bud? Oh yeah, real nice fish right there. Here comes the freak out. Here comes the freak out. Oh, dude. I can't wait to get home and do this down weed edges. Hopefully fish will kind of be set up for it by the time I get back home. Down the weed edge is like the popular June northern Wisconsin pattern. There we go. That's a super nice fish right there. I got one white search bait, one green search bait out. So far, one on both. Look how they're eating that thing, man. He's angry about it, though. He's angry about it. We'll get you popped off here, bud. And I'm running the slow death hook on here right now. They come with a straight shank and the slow death. If I'm just running a leech, I'll run just like the straight shank. But the nice part is, because it's split ringed, you can put any hook on there you want. It doesn't just have to be one of those. If you're going to run a small leech, you can put like a smaller octopus hook on there and really rig it up however you feel like it. There's a nice fish right there. Absolutely crushed that thing, dude. I love watching that rod just goom, 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 and then they just lose their mind. Let's get that back out there right away. Oh, look at that right there. I was literally just about to say, wow, look at all those fish on the side imaging right there. I'll take a screenshot for you. That's what we want to see on the graph. I'm going to drop that one down just a little bit to get in the fish. That's what we want to see. Well, this might not take too long to kind of find where we even want to start casting here. Because it's like every time we come over a little point in here, seems like we get a bite or a couple bites at the same time. We'll take them though, man. That is good. That is a good sign. And I probably went for, I don't know, a little ways before I kind of got into some fish. But the nice part is you can just whip these behind the boat, start trolling, and you know, when you run into fish, you're gonna know it. Then you can literally, once if you really, oh man, look at this. Oh, he kind of got off for a second. A lot of times they'll just come right back. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. We'll see if we can slack him up for a second. No, once was enough. There we go. Nice fish right there, man. They're so fat and sassy out here. So fat and sassy. That's a little 1/4 ouncer right there. Nice North Dakota walleye. And one thing you want to do, especially if you're just running plastics on there, leave that swivel visible. If you go up over the swivel, it's not going to have the ability to turn. And that is one of the big kind of triggering qualities of this presentation. The fact that whole thing is able to kind of roll. There's one right there. Right there. I just switched my inside rod out for the old 1/4 ounce. Just because we're running a little bit shallower, and that 1/4 will stay a little bit more floaty. So like if you slow down one side, it won't sink as fast. It'll stay in the zone a little bit better. Obviously, to get it down a little deeper, you're gonna have to let a little bit more line out, but it fishes a little bit cleaner in shallow water. Still gonna get down to where we need to go, and I can kind of play with what my boat's doing a little bit more because of that. Definitely a nice fish right here. They're all just staying down deep. You notice that? They all come in kind of real angry. Look at that guy going. He's fixing to go nuts right here. Well, I'm confident now we can definitely start doing a little pitching, because there's kind of a couple spots down this that are looking pretty juicy, I would say. There we go. Pissed off, man. You're angry. I'm actually shocked we didn't double up right there. How are you gonna beat it? Too simple, too effective, right? All right, let's get rocking and rolling. We did a little camera change around here. We're just gonna pull back into some of these areas where I saw quite a few and hopefully get some good shots on the live. Now, shots off the live might be one of the most difficult things in filming to get, because of the glare of everything that's going on really fast, just the whole thing. It's just a lot going on. So be assured that if you enjoy this kind of mega live content, that I worked very hard to get it, okay? But we're just gonna work up onto like some of these shallower little points and stuff where I was catching them trolling. We should just be able to pick them off with the old Jerk Minnow Junior. We're gonna get asked the question. This is the TKI Inc. mount right here. I link it in the description of every single video which I use live in. Very versatile little live holder right there. Couple out there. Ooh, we hit him right in the head. You can see the jig going down right next to him. Yeah, right there, there's one. Oh man, I love it. Well, that was literally, I think, my second cast. We'll take that. We'll take that on the old Jerk Minnow. Come here, buddy. That is a good way to catch them in my book. Look at that thing, man. Troll till we find them, and then get right on them and put a jig right in their face, dude. Come here, buddy. That's a perfect evening in my book right there. Absolutely perfect. And I absolutely love the style, like short hopping jigs where you're just almost like twitching it just enough to make the bait kind of jump. And one rod, which is a brand new one, which we'll show you guys the fish here, but one rod which is pretty much brand new, that is like all of a sudden I feel like I just never want to put it down, is this one. This is this, I believe they call it the Jig and Plastics. And this is the Elliott Identity Series, brand new. It's a 610 medium light extra fast. I don't honestly use a lot of extra fast rods, but it's very good for this style of fishing, where essentially you're getting the bait out there and you're just kind of like doing this, right? If the rod loads too much, you're not going to be able to get that real short, precise action out of it. So it's one rod that I absolutely love fishing this style with. 1/4 ounce, maybe even a 3/8 ounce, but 1/8 ounce, 1/4 ounce, and a little Jerk Minnow Junior. This is like the dream team setup right here. Yep, you guys see that one? Feeling good too. He was just barely out there, right off the bow a little ways. You can see the jig kind of go down into his face. Snapped it a few times and he just punched it. Dude, is this a big walleye here? This is seeming real mean. This is seeming real mean here. Come on, buddy. Do we have the one that we came here for? And he didn't look that big on live unless he like whacked it and spun and I hooked him kind of goofy, but it's a really solid fish here. It's a real good fish. Dude, just pulling drag all by myself out here. Sun's getting low in the sky, catching walleyes, snap jigging now. Wow, man. Wow. I can't even pull this fish up. I can't even get him to come up. Oh yeah, it's a real good one. It's a real good one. Come here, bud. Dude, this is absurd. Why can I not get this fish to come to the surface here? Oh man. Come on, buddy. Give me one more go at you. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, we got you. We got you. That is a fatty, man. And to get him right off the live like that, it's about as good as it gets. This is the point where I look around, I'm like, are the cameras rolling? We got that going, we got this going, we should have audio. Wow, man, that is a good fish right there. That is a good fish. You guys are probably saying, Tom, why did we troll? Well, it definitely was very productive in order to find some of these schools down this big area. You know, if you're just gonna drive the areas anyways, You might as well be trolling a bait and catch a few fish along the way, right? That is a awesome Lake Skakawea walleye right there, dude. On the snap jig. We'll take them all, man. That is, I'm happy with that right there. That is for sure. Let's get you back. Let's get you back. Oh, she's an angry one. Let's do that about 10 more times, huh? That's a good time. Ooh, where's that at? Wow. I just about gave up on that one. Just about gave up on him. He kind of followed it in quite a ways. Another nice fish. Another nice one. He ate it pretty good, right off the bottom. They're not all kind of just whacking it. Those first couple were just dunk. This one a little bit more right off the bottom, but he sure did get it good. That is for sure. Let's scoop you up, buddy. Let's scoop you up. This is officially my favorite way to fish. The trolling the search bait is probably the most effective thing to do, just based on what a ridiculous amount of fish it's caught. But if I don't do enough snap jigging each week, my wrist starts to get a little anxious. That one absolutely choked it. That's how you want him to eat it right there. And I don't know if there's a walleye anywhere in the world that does not eat the Jerk Minnow Junior snap jig. It's one of those presentations that just seems to kind of work pretty much everywhere you go. And man, I just cannot get this bait out of the fish's mouth here because he's got it so far down. There we go, man. Perfect walleyes. Tough to beat. That is for sure. Saw that fish on the live, and they'll do that a lot of times where you kind of cast out. You'll see the fish kind of sink down, and then it's almost like you'll just lose them. And a lot of times they're just tracking that bait in the bottom. And if they're like really, really amped up, obviously you cast out, you snap it once they bite. But a lot of days you'll see them just kind of follow that jig. And then a lot of times they'll bite when that line angle kind of starts. You can imagine when your line's way out there, your bait kind of moves real linear. Closer you get to the boat, it kind of does this a little bit more. So it always seems like there's a sweet spot, like 20, 30 feet out from the boat where a lot of fish bite when they start to follow. Should get bit from one of those. Yep, right there. I knew one of those had to go. He just followed it a little ways first, which is fine. We'll let him follow it a little bit as long as they bite. Feeling good, feeling good. Feeling like he's gonna take me over here. Isn't that nice? Right to the side, my net's on. I feel like a kid in a candy store, man. This is just, it's fun. And it's just such a perfect day. Obviously, most of the time you come out here to North Dakota, the wind's blowing 97 miles an hour. But this trip was good. Yesterday was windier than today. So they do like biting in the wind, which could have been why it seemed like they were committing to everything a lot harder yesterday. Or today it just seems like, even trolling the spinners, I had a lot more of those just kind of like short bites. There we go. I did a little color swap just to see gold head, Arkansas shad. There we go. There's another one. Whenever I see like a couple of them, I'm always getting bit here, it seems like. Nice fish. We'll take them. All right, guys. Well, I think it's time to go check into the hotel again. Had to switch hotels because the first one didn't have enough room the second night, so you guys know the deal. Get into one hotel, pack your stuff up, go to the next hotel. That's what's going on. But it was a fun evening out here on the lake for sure. All the fish came on 1 and 2 baits. The spinner, the Kalins Search Bait. That's definitely what they want. I probably should have just stuck with that and I would have caught just 1,000 times more. Obviously caught some fish on the old jerk minnow too, but it seemed like that bite was just kind of like a little bit more hit or miss, where what they really wanted was the old search bait. And I'll go ahead and link that down below because that's definitely going to be a special bait this season for sure. But I appreciate you guys watching this one. Another beautiful day out here. We're going to wrap things up, run back to the hotel, try to edit some video. All I've eaten today has been 2 Cliff Bars, so we got to definitely consume some food as well. But appreciate you guys watching this one. No idea where we're going to be next, but stay tuned for more content. See you guys next time.